Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. A new week, a batch of new Steam game releases, and I want to take a look at everything dropping, including 2 new free-to-play games and a couple of interesting games all around. A little bit of a lighter week, but still some pretty notable games, all things considered. So let's get right into it, and let's start things off with a game that I'm personally very excited for, Square Enix's Harvestella. This kind of came out of nowhere. Definitely see some Harvest Moon comparisons, but having its own take as well. Harvestella is a new life simulation RPG from Square Enix. Lead a life of self-sufficiency with your vibrant house as a base and cooperate with allies to overcome various threats. The town where cherry trees bloom all year round, Shatola, a seaside town home to a bustling tavern. There is a village resplendent in the vibrant colors of the 4 seasons, the holy capital, cloaked in snow. Use the world map to travel to all of these settlements and their respective dungeons. You have daily life, grow fruit, vegetables, and crops in your fields to either sell or use as crafting materials. You'll have a variety of different allies, and then yes, the game will have an emphasis on combat as well. Overcome battles by switching seamlessly between jobs during combat, including the fighter, adept with swift sword techniques, the Shadow Walker, which deals critical wounds with twin blades, or the mage, specializing in magic attacks. When faced with a mighty foe, skillfully target their weak points to inflict the double break state and take them down in an instant. Harvestella is going to be released at $59.99, which I think that might be a little bit of a deterrent for a lot of people. $60 is just a hard price to stomach no matter the game, especially on PC. And this one, it's not like it's the craziest budget in the world. However, games like this, you can get a lot of hours for your dollar. So if you're looking at it from that standpoint, it might be something to check out at the very least. Probably a game a lot of you don't know about. Add it to your wish list, see how the reception turns out. And it's also coming to Nintendo Switch. One of those interesting games that has a Switch and PC release. That's why, like, sometimes being on PC, you're getting the best of, like, every world, where you're getting PlayStation games, then you're getting Switch exclusives like this, and then you're getting the Microsoft titles as well. Kind of, I don't know the methodology and the thinking on why they do those kinds of things. Like, I find it hard to believe that Nintendo worked out some sort of agreement with Square Enix to get Harvestella exclusive as a console exclusive, but nonetheless, the game is scheduled for a release on November 4th. Next up, we have a free-to-play MMORPG, Traha Global. Traha Global is an RVR MMORPG based on the confrontation between 2 major factions. You can play multiple roles, create unique builds of your character based on unlimited class transition systems, based on vast open world. You can go on adventures in various regions, get items through raid dungeons, and much more. An open world on a massive scale. Experience the vast open world with the highest quality graphics using the Unreal 4 engine. Based on the launch version, there are 6 large open fields with an actual size of 3 to 5 kilometers. Massive battles will take place in an infinity class system, raids and dungeons to explore, and a variety of PvP and RVR content, crafting items with various professions as well. Traha Global is scheduled for release on November 1st. Next up, we have a brand new MOBA in Kingshunt. This is hitting early access on November the 3rd. Kingshunt is a third-person tactical arena brawler set in a dark fantasy world. From a team of 5, choose your hero and take the fight to the enemy in this competitive online multiplayer. Summon powerful minions and towers to combat the enemy team, and much more. Visually, the game looks pretty darn good for a MOBA. Conquest is a 5v5 PvP game mode where 2 teams fight for control of the battlefield by taking objectives and eliminating enemy players. There are 3 control points, 1 in the center and 2 at the sides. The first team to eliminate the enemy team's players is victorious. Both teams' objective is to reach 1,500 points so the enemy team goes to faltering and can't respawn. Kingshunt is hitting early access on November the 3rd. Next up, if you're a fan of horror titles, this is definitely one to have on your radar, DarKnot. The game already has a demo out right now celebrating the spooky Screamfest event that's running on Steam right now. In DarKnot, you'll get to explore the streets of a foggy city and exterminate the monsters within. Insidious opponents, dynamic battles, and challenging puzzles are waiting for you. Your fate is in your hands. The way you approach those challenges is up to you. Visual style isn't completely up my alley. Definitely has that eerie vibe going on for it, but yeah, we'll see how the game ultimately turns out. Combat looks a little bit stiff, but when I'm talking about horror games, the main thing that is drawing me in is a quality atmosphere and a narrative that's executed well. In that case, this is a game that seems pretty interesting. Looks like there's some puzzles in here as well. We'll see how it ultimately turns out. DarKnot is scheduled for release on November 3rd. Next up, coming from Old Moon and Humble Games, Ghost Song is a brand new Metroidvania. This got quite a bit of buzz when it was initially announced. It will also be going to Xbox Game Pass right out the gate, I believe. The game notes, on the desolate moon of Lorien, a long-dormant dead suit, awakens from slumber, journey beneath the surface on an atmospheric 2D adventure of self-discovery, ancient mysteries, and cosmic terror, explore winding caverns, and acquire new abilities to unearth this alien world's long-buried secret. It's got a very darker look, comparatively speaking, to other Metroidvania titles as well. Incredibly bloody and gory as well. Blood looks pretty visceral. Combat the fungal aliens and metal husks of Lorien with responsive and precision. Level up your power and customize your suit and blaster with an arsenal of modules. Blast and smash, master the distinctive rhythm of Dead Suit's core combat. Pummel enemies with your rapid-fire blaster, building up barrel heat that empowers your melee attacks. And you're not alone. You're not the only entity trapped in this unfamiliar place. Encounter a cast of voice characters and discover their own tales of survival, courage, abandonment, and redemption. Ghost Song is scheduled for release on November the 3rd. Next up, we have another horror game right after Halloween, an influx of new horror titles, but coming from Prime Matter and Brass Token, we have The Chant, a single-player third-person horror action-adventure game set on a remote spiritual island retreat. To survive, you must craft, fight, and escape the psychedelic horrors set loose when a spiritual ritual goes wrong and awakens a dimension of cosmic horror. Visually, looks okay, but once again, ambiance seems to be on point here. Trailers definitely are a bit trippy, balances everything, steal your mind against horror and panic, protect your body against physical threats, elevate your spirit to meditate and access supernatural abilities. And modern psychedelic horror, inspired by the psychedelic horror of the 1970s, experience a landscape of colored lighting and an electronic rock soundtrack composed by the award-winning Paul Rusgate. The Chant is scheduled to drop on November the 3rd. Next up, we have a brand new sci-fi puzzle title in the Entropy Centre. Think in reverse, outsmart the impossible, a mind-bending first-person adventure where you solve ingenious and complex puzzles. However, the gameplay style is pretty interesting, where you rewind objects through time, and how this is actually executed is in a variety of different ways. You have a device that can scan an object's space-time chronology and move it through the past. Powers include rebuilding collapsed pillars, all the way down to something as simple as reheating cups of tea. So, pretty interesting as far as gameplay mechanics go. There is a demo available right now on Steam, but the full game will be dropping on November 3rd. And lastly, not getting a lot of buzz right now, but Obsidian has actually got a new game coming out, published by Xbox Game Studios. That is Pentiment. This is a game that will obviously be hitting Xbox Game Pass. Definitely quite a bit different than Obsidian definitely does. This is a smaller scale game. It's a historical, mystery narrative driven game that focuses on character development, heavily stylized art, and choice driven storytelling in early 16th century Germany. The main character is clever illustrator, caught up in a series of murders over 25 years. This character alone possesses the wits and will to expose the killers, but each decision he makes has lasting consequences and draws him closer to the center of an underlying conspiracy. Game will be $19.99, but as always with Xbox Game Studios title, right away it will be hitting Xbox Game Pass on day one. I foresee when this game comes out, I could see the reception being strong and then people realizing it's just available on Game Pass and then checking it out that way, but we'll see. Pentiment is scheduled for release this week. And that is gonna do it for me. Again, a batch of new game releases dropping this week. Harvestella is the one that really stuck out to me the most, but Traha Global and Kingshunt new free-to-play titles in pretty popular genres, so it'll be see if they can find a following on Steam. DarKnot, another horror title. Ghost Song, I think, looks awesome, so definitely a couple standouts. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.